Nubcake News! Stop that. Welcome to this week's edition of Nubcake News. Coming up later in the programme, a special report on the origins of gnomes. Were they really forged from pure, unadulterated, mana-enriched fail? Plus, additional generic, mildly amusing report that doesn't exactly exist, but was simply inserted for the benefit of the feature as a whole. But first, analysts have today released new and exciting confidential information about the brand new terror lurking in Shadowmoon Valley, known as
the Black Temple.
Yes, I did say
the Black Temple.
It is a place of unparalleled evil and danger where only the bravest adventurers may go to acquire minor upgrades to their already existing raiding gear. Many scouters sent into the instance have yet to return, but we managed to get one into the studio to talk about what we can expect inside
the Black Temple.
So, what does the scouter say about its power level? The power level is in fact quite low. Illidan did not pay his electric bill. Half the lights are out. The TV only receives QVC. And there's a smell of rotten milk that echoes through the halls and passages like some kind of milk rotting. As I advanced through the instance, I passed many a generic trash mob. Fortunately, since the instance has not been implemented as of yet, the mobs have no aggro table and thus ignored me. They were sat around playing cards, and one was even seen writing a protest letter to Illidan himself, which read, "Your temple is on an incline. Angry trash mobs cannot play skittles." As I advanced into the dungeon, I encountered several cunning traps, including Pit of Lava, Pit of Fire, Pit of Flame, and Pit of Angry Mice, all of which I deftly avoided with the agility of a cat form and the cunning of a murloc. I was confused to discover that there was in fact no bosses as of yet, only placeholders for bosses, large pieces of floating and possibly demonic paper, which included a list of abilities and descriptions. I was able to produce a copy of one of these to show you today. It reads, Boss number 7, Evil Guy the Something Breaker. Has 2 ads, must be tanked near the plume of smoke. Since there are no classes that can actually tank at this point in time, with druids being nerfed and all, the boss will in fact simply stand there and allow you to hit him. He has 2 ads, which will mind control each other. This must be purged to avoid embarrassing confusion and possible social security issues. As I ventured onward into the instance, I encountered 12 other placeholders, which all contained the phrase, 2 ads, tank and spank, absolutely 100% original reskins of Molten Giants and Elementals, a huge challenge. Finally, I reached the throne room itself, where I came upon the only functional boss in the instance, Illidan himself. The encounter appears to go as thus. Illidan stands in the center of the chamber, rooted in a pool of his own emo tears. He cannot directly attack anyone that is not in melee range, so position your tank in front of him. He has a ranged AoE called Cry Cry of Illidan, which will cause all those caught in the blast to sit down and knit cardigans for 20 seconds. This is especially dangerous for the priests, who really should not be wearing cardigans. It makes them look quite silly. At the 3-minute mark, he will trip over and fall face first into the pool, submerging and spawn 8 Sons of Emodin, which will cast Drain Patience on random intervals on your tank and healers, causing them to hearth out in disgust. After these ads have been defeated, Illidan will emerge, pull out a small battery-powered hairdryer, and dry himself off. He is immune to all damage during this time, and that buff will last for 3 hours, at which point he will claim it is not yet his time, and wipe the raid. So, an intriguing and original counter, you say? Absolutely. Blizzard has really excelled themselves this time. I can safely say that we are not prepared. Ha ha ha! How droll. This has been Nubcake News. Good night. Yes, indeed, you're listening to WoW Radio, you're listening to Blue Please with myself, Total Biscuit. The Oxon interview, a mighty, mighty thing. That's BrandonMDennis.com. Check out all of his work, it's very good indeed. I've got a couple of Oxon songs and skits coming up a little bit later on in the show, and you just heard the sound of Nubcake News, and that is, in fact, the Black Temple. Yes, the Black Temple. So, right. I suppose I better do that prize draw before Mazrigo crashes. Right. You guys are misbehaving, and I disapprove of everything you do. There we go, disclaimer out of the way. Right, okay, I have 50 correct answers in my inbox. There are 10 prizes in total. Yeah? There are 2 WoW European Collector's Editions. There is a Turtle Mount card. There is, as kindly donated by Mr. Deus X, a $50 character portrait at the Painted Axe. And 2 WoW time cards. There are 2 WoW TCG starter packs. And for the runners-up, there are 4 WoW Radio Limited Edition Comedy Collection CDs, which I have in my hand right now, signed by the Murloc. Indeed, the Murloc. So, I'm going to do this prize draw right now before things get completely out of hand. So let's get on with it. 50, and I will roll between 1 and 50. Once, of course, I've eliminated 1, I'll go to 1 and 49, and I will announce the name that you have given on your email. And those people will be contacted, and we will sort the prizes out between them. Okay? That's it. If you're in the last 4, you get a runners-up prize. If you're in the first 5, what we'll basically do is we'll give someone the first choice, then the second choice, then the third, and I'll email them about it. So, without further ado, let's get on. The answers to the epic giveaway. Question 1, I believe. What were the colour of the pantaloons? The answer is orange. Question number 2. What spells do shamans hate? That is counterspell. Number 3. Which drawer does Mr. Chris Metzen keep the Outland in? That is the 3rd drawdown. Number 4. What is the colour of Archmage Vargoth's beard? Now I will accept orange, ginger, and brownish. And number 5. Where did I take Archmage Vargoth on holiday? The answer is Oshigan. 50 people got that right. 50 out of those who entered. Time to do some rolling. Now, the first prize winner. Number 46, which is Mr. Claes Peterson. Well done indeed. Claes Peterson, the winner of the top prize. I should be emailing him momentarily. Okay, second one. Random 49. Number 21. Oh god, I'm going to have to count all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oystein Bergenes. Number 21 is the winner of the second prize. Congratulations. Here we go. Let's see what else we've got. Number 16. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. John Zeepvat. John Zeepvat. Well done. Third prize winner. Here we go again. Let's see what else we can get. Random 47. Number 33. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20... 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30... What was it again? I can't recall. 33? You spamming fools. 33 is... someone called Mini Steve. Well done, Mini Steve. Let's get the rest of these out really quick and fast. Random 46, number 20 on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I really should have numbered these. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Andrew Morris, congratulations. Now, a couple more to go. Number 21. That is, in fact, Johannes Ekberg. Well done, Johannes Ekberg. A couple more to go for you. Number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Brendan Burns. Brendan Burns, well done indeed. A couple more. Number 8. That is, let's see. Check the email. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Someone who goes by the name of Zeosis. Oh, that is really, really, really difficult. Zeosis, well done. Well done, Zeosis. Two more. Two more to go. Number 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Chris Johnson, well done. A runner-up prize for you there. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Andras Zuxan. Well done on a runners-up prize. So how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's the lot. That's all of them. Those 10 people. Andras, non-particular order. I'll sort the order out after the show when I email you all. Klaus Peterson, Minnie Steve, Johans Ekberg, Andrew Morris, Chris Johnson, Oyston Berkins, Jean Zivat, Brendan Burns, Ziozis, and Andras Zuxan. Congratulations. You win prizes. I should be emailing you after the show. Okay, I'm done. I'm getting the hell off this realm. Because I'm being given copper and being molested by fanboys. Quick, log out! There we go, I've escaped the madness. Right, so let's get back on with the topic, shall we? Now, the topics for this week, there are many and varied. Let's see what we've got in our email box as regards to our topics so far. Wow, I have far too much content for the show. It's great, it's going to overspill into the next one. What else have we got? Now, Andrew Dixon emails, following on from last week's show. The news has suddenly sprung up. Yep, we're aware of that. John Collins actually emailed in about the public test roll notes, which I am about to cover. I'm going to read this one email and then discuss what I call less QQ, more pew-pew. Blatantly ripped from a meme on the forums. Now, public test roll. Now, John Cullen says this. What annoys me is that they still refuse to give the priest class some form of viable survivability. Power word shield, it's gone in one strike. Priests are the most fragile PvP healers. They're with no way to attempt to save themselves in an emergency. Paladins have their bubble and their heavy armor, shamans have mail armor, and druids can switch to bear form. Both shamans and druids can also nature swiftness themselves for big, uninterruptible heals. Priests have nothing. They... What else is that? I can't even read what that says. Yeah. We've got Prayer of Mending. Then we got Prayer of Mending, and by spamming it on ourselves we could stay alive, maybe, but it was better than nothing. By taking that away, it shows, in my opinion, that Blizzard are saying Paladins are the PvP healers, and that priests should spec Shadow if they want honour. From a PvE perspective, it seems stupid to ruin a perfectly good spell for the sake of the game, which is an afterthought, and only exists in the way that it does today due to considerable posts asking for more structured and rewarding PvP. Right, so this kind of outlines what people will actually say regarding balance, yeah? And, of course, the natural response is less QQ, more PPU. Now, just how valid is that particular statement? I mean, we're looking at nerfs. The big nerfs we've got this time. We've got some nerfs to priests, particularly shadow spells and, of course, Prayer of Mending. The huge nerfs go out to druids. Particularly, druid tanking has been nerfed into the ground, or so people will claim. So let's actually have a look at those public test roll notes. Let's try and pull them up right now. Let's see what we've got on wow-europe.com. Probably very, very little. Yep, wow-europe.com has no useful information whatsoever. That is no surprise whatsoever. Let's go to worldofwarcraft.com and see what we can see. Again, absolutely nothing. Brilliant. Let me try and find these public test roll notes. So basically what's been happening on the forums is you've got huge whines, huge threads about druid nerfs particularly. And, I mean, it's not really surprising, because the nerfs are relatively large. Test realm patch notes. Google for the win. Haha, there we go. Test realm patch notes. Right, nerfs to druids include... Bear form now grants 25% increased stamina instead of 25% increased health. Some people might think that that's better, but actually that's a nerf. Dire bear form now grants 25% increased stamina instead of 25% increased health. In addition, the armor bonus has been reduced from 450 to 400%. The multiplier on base weapon damage for Mangled Bear has been changed from 130 to 100%. In addition, the bonus damage has been reduced by the same ratio. Savage Fury no longer affects Mangled Bear. Savage Fury no longer affects Maul or Swipe. The critical damage bonus on Predatory Instincts has been reduced. And improved leader of the pack can no longer get critical heals. The armor bonus for Moonkin has been increased to 400. The rage normalization equation has been adjusted to grant more rage. So, you're looking at what's been nerfed, yeah? The aggro gain you're able to get from Mangle, yeah, because the bonus damage has been taken down. And, of course, the aggro gain for Maul and Swipe, because Savage Fury doesn't affect it. The armor has been nerfed, and the health has been nerfed. So, relatively major nerfs. I mean, if that happened to a warrior, of course, everyone would be up in arms and like, what the hell? The warrior's the tanking class. Why are you nerfing its stamina? OMG, I quit, you suck sauce. Now, that's the kind of thing you'd expect. But the reactions are really, really rather crazy. Now, I'm going to go to the WoW Europe forums and see if I can track this thread down. I saw the best thread, which pretty much epitomises the point I'm going to try and make, which no doubt some people will not like. And boo-hoo, I do not care. Because if I gave you all opinions you loved, well, that would just suck, wouldn't it? Who is... Aha, yes, the amazing thread. If druids don't tank, who will? OMG. If druids don't tank, who will?
Help! Help! I'm being repressed!
Yeah. I mean, that's great. We all know that up until now, druids have been much better tanks than warriors in 5-mans. Better DPS and better crowd control, but what now? Well, here's the start. 5-mans don't matter. Sorry to tell you this, but 5-mans are pretty much irrelevant. They always have been. They're pre-end game, yeah? Even heroics haven't closed the gap, because let's face it, we're going Karazhan, we're going the Eye now. The grats to Nihilum for taking down McFerrin, they're now, of course, wandering their way into the Eye. We've got Serpent Shrine, and we have, of course, Guzle, yeah? All this stuff, and then we've got the Black Temple and Zolaman and whatever the hell else they want to throw at us, and that's the end game. 5-mans are not. Heroics are things that you can pug if you have a really, really good pug. And as far as I'm concerned, if you are pugging raid instances, then that raid instance is too easy or too old. Okay? Now, he goes on to say this. I guess many people are really happy druids got nerfed, but what about when you don't want to do a 5-man? Less druids will be there to fill the role, so you need warriors. But warriors haven't been buffed much. Oh no, warriors haven't been buffed much. Like, let's see. Warriors. The rage normalization equation has been adjusted to grant more rage. The typical warrior should see an increase of 15 to 20% in their rage generation. 15 to 20%! All warriors have had their critical strike chance adjusted slightly, about 1% extra crit for nothing. The cooldown on Victory Rush has been removed. Thunderclap is now usable in defensive stance. An Unbridled Wrath has been modified so that rather than a fixed chance to grant rage, has increased chance when using slower weapons. Wow! Buffs to warriors. Yeah, because warriors have never been buffed at all. Sorry to tell you this, druids. Now, I like druids. I have 3 in my guild. I think they've got great utility, but they'll never replace a dedicated class. A Moonkin will never replace my mage. Yeah? A Tree of Life will not replace a Holy Priest. To some degree, because while a Tree of Life is a great healer, it doesn't quite have the utility. A Bear Tank will never replace a Warrior. Was it ever even to be that way? If you're a hybrid class, should you be better? I mean, let's take a look. Hybrid classes, yeah? If you had a hybrid class in Dungeons & Dragons, you'd naturally be weaker than a dedicated class. If you had a bard, for instance, you'd be a jack of all trades, master of none. You could do all this cool stuff. You know what? I'd love to be able to tank. I frequently try, and it doesn't work very well. Let me tell you that way. Yeah? I'd love to be able to heal. I can't do that outside bandages and pots. I'd love to be able to shift into a bear form and go and do melee damage. I can only shift into forms when I go into Shadow Lab and spell steal the Core Hound buff. And run around pulling aggro and wiping my group. No, that never happened. Definitely not. Apologies to Blue Please group in Shadow Lab. I'm very sorry. I couldn't help it. So, yeah. And he goes on to say, seems like druids were filling a hole in the TBC class makeup. There was a real shortage of tanks. If druids aren't there to fill the gap, then what? And it's like, all warriors want to go DPS. That's great. But if you're in my guild and I tell you to tank, you're gonna bloody well tank, like any other sensible goddamn guild. It's like, you wonder why you're not Nihilum, or Curse, or D&T, or Risen, or any other number of fantastic guilds. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, because you're doing what you want instead of what's beneficial to the guild. Oh, good lord, what an insane idea that you have to spec into something particularly to be good at it. Wow, that is ridiculous. I am absolutely shocked by that. It's inconceivable. Absolutely ridiculous. Of course you have to spec that way. Now, I've got a lot of sympathy for hybrid classes because they have got the shaft. At least they did get the shaft. Back in Legacy. Yeah? And when I said Legacy, I mean the old World of Warcraft. In the Outland, they've got a whole lot of buffs. They are very, very nice. Enhancement Shamans have something of a use. Shadow Priests have something of a use. Feral Druids. Moonkin Druids. Healing Druids. You know, Druids, in my opinion, got the biggest buff of them all. But it was getting to the stage of being ridiculous. Seriously, when a hybrid starts out tanking a dedicated tank class, that is wrong. That is a game balance issue. Good lord, get this into your head. I don't hate druids.
I just hate the fact that, well, that's just stupid. I mean, why should you think that you would be able to out-tank a dedicated class? It's like a Moonkin Druid expecting to be able to out-DPS a mage. You shouldn't be able to out-DPS a mage. And the reason for it? You can shift out a Moonkin, I can't shift out a mage. Any opinions on that? Email themurlocs@gmail.com. I've got the last 20 minutes of the show. Good lord, we're rushing this week. Rapping the forums coming up right now. Good lord in heaven. Check the IRC channel for the threads. Yo, 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 faux shizzle, my naga, and so forth. You're listening to Rapping the Forums here on WoW Radio, yo, 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 yo-yos. All over the place. They're all over the floor. It's a complete mess. Right. This week on Rapping the Forums, dog, we have druids. Not entirely surprisingly. I mean, this thread's great. It sounds fantastic. It's called Blizz, will you lose more than druid dolls, yo, and stuff? Yeah, pretty much. It's from Zythos, he's from the Utopia Guild, and he's got an umlaut. Yes, umlaut is very ghetto. He's from Lightning Hoof, US realm. Quickfire, yo, here we go. 2, 3, and a 4. I play about 10 hours a week. I quit once before because there was no point in playing a druid endgame if you don't want to be a heal bot. I was a founding member of a large guild who wanted me to respect to heal, only no more hybrid. Just heal, not worth re-rolling. I'm leveling up to 60 again. After the release of 1.8, a friend called me about the changes, and they came back. Wow, I can get a group, but now I am no longer in the big guild. Thank God I have both here and feral, so I can get instance pugs doing anything. Is it a pain to have 2 60-spot bags full of gear at all times, so I can feel a roll if I need to? Yes. Is it expensive? Yes, but the rewards, not only to myself, but the community, were substantial. Funny Wildfire was viable. I don't mind healing as much. When healing is the only thing I can do, I just won't play. I can't count the number of times I've spent 3+ hours in the cache for an instant with 4 people, knowing we could take any other class and we would be okay because I can tank, heal, or DPS, and I was still waiting 3+ hours on the days anyone was doing instances on my server. Druids don't want to be heal bots and are going to leave /reroll. Again, priests get another nerf, while parleys and shamans just become heal bots because there aren't enough priests and druids left to do the job. Without the druids' flexibility, everyone is going to have long cache times. For instances in the under 70 endgame, now more time waiting equals less fun, more people quit. ... It is a vicious cycle. Reroll? ? Sorry, I am not one of those people who can level back up to 65 in a couple of weeks. No way. I'm going to spend 60 to 90 days getting to 70. For one, at this point, I have looked at the numbers, comma, I'm sorry. Druids will no longer be an acceptable substitute for a raid situation. And no, it isn't just my $15 a month, and this will cost biz. I said biz, my opinion represents the same feeling as thousands of others. I hope Blizzard enjoyed the million+ surge in membership. Over the last couple of months, they are going to be faced with a horrible backlash in the coming months. Post-edited by Zythos.
Objection!
It's over 9,000!
Yo, one more. Druids need a new form. As you druids would know, if you know the restoration or balance trees at level 40, you have the option of having a whole new shapeshift to play around with, but looking more carefully at this, I realize something. The feral tree does not have its own shapeshift. Why would Blizzard leave feral out in the dark? Well, I'm not sure personally, but here's what I think should happen. Now, hear me out before you start clicking that post message button. At first, I thought that since bear form is upgraded at level 40, why not cat form if you spec feral? But then I thought that would be a tad predictable. So then I thought of a new animal, something swift and cunning, yet graceful and cold, holds something in its hands. And then it came to me, Octopus, a druid at level 40. If the spec feral should get octopus form, how cool would that be? But the problem with that is that octopods, proper noun, aren't very agile on land. So I thought, what is agile on land? Motorbikes. If you put an octopus on a motorbike, you have everything covered. So I quickly opened Photoshop and made what I think octopus on motorbike form shapeshift would look like. As you can see from this artistic rendition on the Druid's enhanced DPS form, he sits nice and snug on top his motorbike, which is part of the form and not put separately. And the idea works. You will notice that since octopus on the motorbike form has, as you would expect, 8 tentacles, it is able to hold up 2 main hand weapons. Since an octopus has no main tentacle, there's no need for 1 main and 7 plain swords. Also in this picture, you will notice that octopus on a motorbike has 8 different enchants on each of his swords, so he's ready for any type of fight. The radius of attack, or as like to call it, the octopane radius, is about 10 yards around octopus on a motorbike, since his tentacles are, as you can see, quite long and stretchy. Now I all know how awesome you think my shapeshift idea is, but for the sake of it, let's have an example of what octopus on a motorbike could do. You're grinding away in contested territory. You're tired, you're not paying much attention to what's going on. You're just grinding, grinding away. You hear a strange noise, one that is foreign to wow. You shake it off as nothing and continue to kill mobs. You hear something again, and you turn your camera around to see if you can locate the source of the noise. There seems to be nothing there. You turn the camera back around to see a mix of colored enchants, sea creature, and machinery, and you're dead before you could even comprehend what just happened. And that is how I envision octopus on a motorbike. That is what the Druid needs. Post-edited by Cyrega. Yo. Here's a little something that Oxhorn prepared earlier for me. It's called the Anti-Elf Anthem. Enjoy.
Of all the men of Azeroth, I must say that my least favorite race is the elf. I'd rather have lunch with a fat ogre than to spend 1 moment with an elf. I'd rather take a slime to a homie pub than to toast to an elf's health. They're tall and purple and all too skinny, and of this you must be sure, that elves are the sickliest things around, and sadly there's no cure. Oh, stay away from those crooked elves that look like women and they smell like hell. So if you would take my sound advice, keep a distance of at least 10 feet. I'd rather go fishing with an Ixia than to go fishing with an elf. I'd rather go swimming with a dead murloc than boating with an ugly elf. Their voices are feminine, they don't resemble men, their bodies are void of hair, and so I'm sure you can understand why they give me such a scare. Oh, stay away from those crooked elves that look like women and they smell like hell. So if you would take my sound advice, keep a distance of at least 10 feet. Despite my better judgment, I once went camping with an elf. He stole my s'mores and dented my pots and made the campground smell of lavender and rosebuds, such nasty smells they be. So I went and threw him into the lake, and then I went and had some tea. Oh, stay away from those crooked elves that look like women and they smell like hell. So if you would take my sound advice, keep a distance of at least 10 feet.